All right, well, I am Michael King from Massachusetts Family Institute, the local associate of Focus on the Family here in Massachusetts. And again, I have the privilege of welcoming another great pastor from a church in Fitchburg called Horizon Fellowship. Pastor Small, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Great to be with you, Michael. Appreciate all you guys are doing there at MFI too.
Well, I appreciate that. And it's really been a great partnership. You're doing so much work there in Fitchburg with Horizon, with the radio and with what you're doing at the church. It's a great inspiration. Today, I wanted to focus on some of the issues that you in particular, yourself and your church have been involved with. And, it takes us back about 3 years when we were first dealing with what was, commonly known as the bathroom law in Massachusetts. You were one of the four pastors to actually sue the Attorney General, Maura Healey in Massachusetts, because you shared our belief that, churches should not be forced in any way to, in this case, have men go into our daughters' bathrooms in the church, and that churches have nothing to say about that, that we could come under fines and penalties even, should we in any way discriminate. So, we just want to highlight what you guys were able to do. The four pastors, you guys were successful, didn't even go to court because the Attorney General knew she had no case. You guys were represented by Alliance Defending Freedom, a wonderful organization. And because the four pastors stood up, churches are no longer considered public accommodations in Massachusetts. So I just wanted to, highlight that. This was the Keep MA Safe initiative, started about 3 years ago. We had to get signatures to get it on the ballot. 2018 was when we actually had the referendum on that particular issue called Question 3. These were the public accommodations that we were concerned about. So bathrooms, shelters, churches, dressing rooms, locker rooms, fitness centers, nursing homes. These are all accommodations under that original law where men could go into women's public spaces, and that the law protected those men from going into those spaces. And we thought, as you did and many others did, that this was a violation not just of religious liberty but of privacy and safety, especially for women in Massachusetts. And because of your good work, like I said, churches are no longer on that list. Also wanted to highlight that on that referendum, 850,000 people voted no. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough to win Question 3. Wanted to highlight Lawrence in particular, that we've had a lot of success with on the marijuana issue and now on the bathroom bill issue. They were the only city in Massachusetts to vote no in the majority on Question 3. We worked with over 100 Hispanic churches just in that city, and they were able to help people understand what no meant, especially in a city that's 90% Hispanic and doesn't speak English as a first language. So pretty impressive what the local church has been doing. And then wanted to highlight this. We're trying to get churches on board on our 200 for 200 mission to petition and pray for your local representative, your local state senator. We want 200 churches to adopt 200 legislators, visit them in their district office, pray for them, petition them, text the word adopt to 797979 for more information on that. This is just one example of how a church in Pittsfield is doing this, where in their lobby they have a picture of a state senator, state rep, the issues from our website that are one-page briefs on the issues of infanticide, physician-assisted suicide, sex ed mandate, and others, so that people will know, hey, this is who my senator is, this is who my state rep is, and this is what I can be praying about and petitioning them. And lastly, Paul tells us in 1 Timothy 2:1-2, I urge you then, first of all, that petitions, prayers, intercession, thanksgiving be made for all people, for kings and all those in authority, that we may live peaceful and quiet lives in all godliness and holiness. And when I'm out speaking at churches, Pastor Small, I always talk about this verse and how great it would be to live peaceful and quiet lives, even in Massachusetts. And we can't do that by doing nothing, that we have to engage. Solomon tells us in the Proverbs that when the wicked rule, there is unrest, but when the righteous rule, there is peace. And that's what we love to see in Massachusetts. So, Pastor Small, again, I just want to thank you for joining me this afternoon, and would like to, give you a time to comment as a local pastor in Massachusetts. How are you engaging on these issues of life and liberty? And how do you see the relationship between you and Massachusetts Family Institute toward our common mission to strengthen and protect the family in Massachusetts?
Well, since I've been in Massachusetts, I've been pastoring here 25 years. I've been burdened for the state, the government, and even way back with the whole same-sex marriage, 2003, 2004, was very involved with being a voice, gathering large prayer gatherings, praying for every state legislator we had, so starting way back then, and then all the different issues that have continued, like you mentioned, the bathroom bill, even the marijuana situation here in Fitchburg. I think we can't just sit by. I think we're to be salt and light. We're to be godly and gracious, and just holy and loving. But at the same time, we've got to be a voice. God has called us to be a voice. So, and MFI, I think we're all so thankful for the role you play, because you're there helping organize. You're keeping us, alerted to what is going on. We don't have time, pastors, churches. We don't have time for this, but you've been doing it for us. So it's a real important thing that you do. We really appreciate and want to continue to support you. So
that's great. Yeah, we and you mentioned in Fitchburg, we fought the marijuana there, the recreational marijuana. I know that you had partnered with a lot of different pastors there. I know we came and spoke to a lot of different pastors, regarding that issue. Of the 351 towns and cities in Massachusetts, 250 towns and cities have either passed moratoriums or banned recreational marijuana. So there's been some good movement on that. And I think the industry to a large extent is surprised by that in Massachusetts, especially. I know I had the opportunity to come speak at Horizon right before the referendum on the bathroom, right before the state took that vote. And maybe you could just speak to, how people in your church have responded individually, to us coming and speaking there, to, getting the text. Now, I know a lot of people from your church receive our text alert from 797979. So maybe you could just speak to, the response from your church.
I think it really does come down to the pastor supporting you publicly, being a voice, encouraging the people. And so when you came and spoke at our church, there was an acceptance and people appreciated what you stood for. There are always people that don't want to hear it. Any church today that's teaching the gospel, you're going to have people that are with you and some that are just checking it out, and they're not going to be completely on board. So, but I think as pastors, we help, prepare our people, and we remind our people that we've got to be voices in this world, and we have a civic duty. So our people do appreciate what you have done, and we've been involved with different things, and we've had you speak here at least once, right? And maybe twice.
Yeah.
I know we had a gal from your organization just with us the last Sunday. We were able to be in our building. We were here, and you were helping us with the whole curriculum that's going on in our local schools. So no, we're just we need you guys. That's just the truth. We need you to do what you're doing. So
yeah. No, we greatly appreciate that. We did a parent forum recently at your church. Mary Ellen from our office, she's been doing a ton of research. I don't know if did you have a chance to be at the parent forum or not? Because I think originally you were going to be out of the state or out of the country even.
Yeah, I was there for the second half of it,
Okay.
and amazed by what I saw. So thorough, so engaging, so prepared. It was great material. The people that left, we even had somebody from the Fitchburg School Committee.
Yeah.
Somebody was there at the meeting, and yeah.
Yeah, I had spoken to her. Actually, she's a firecracker. She was getting us hooked up at another Catholic church in Ashburnham. So before this whole craziness happened, we were scheduled to go to Ashburnham and do that parent forum there as well. Yeah, so and I know she had passed out things at the school committee in Fitchburg regarding some of our concerns that we had given to her. So she's been getting this information out to the leaders of your city, which has been fantastic.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, no, thank you again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So anyway, I just want to thank you for coming on and doing this short video. I hope those of you that are watching, consider texting the word adopt to 797979 to understand how you can, be a part of that 200 for 200 mission. And it's just so encouraging to hear from local pastors like Pastor Small that are making such an incredible difference, not only in your local city of Fitchburg and just the mission of the gospel that you have, but also seeing that the mission of the gospel and standing up for the righteous laws, the commands that God gives us regarding life, regarding looking out for the orphan, looking out for the widow, keeping our kids from being polluted in the by sex education, by recreational marijuana, that all these things go hand in hand. So want to thank you for that. Is there anything you'd like to say, Pastor Small, in closing?
Well, just keep doing what you're doing. We need you. So keep
Awesome.
at it, Mike.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Pastor Small, and appreciate you taking the time today. God bless you and what you're doing at your church.
Likewise, God bless you.
Thanks so much.